To NLP Power Hour with V-Gals.
Yes.
Empowerment
all the way.
All the way.
Empowerment for everyone.
Everyone. Okay. Welcome to our V-Gals Live. We're grateful to be here. And
Yes.
Jack will say hi to everybody.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to try to start incorporating some more music and different things just to make it more fun for everyone who's watching. So thank you to those who are tuning in and who are dedicated to tuning in every Tuesday. We appreciate your loyalty, and we love being able to see you sharing this moment with us.
Thank you for sharing with us. Thank you for being here.
Yes.
So, hi, Jamie.
Yes.
Thank you for
Jamie.
watching us. We know you're our #1 fan, so thank you. So, yeah, tonight we're going to have an incredible night.
Yes, absolutely. We're going to be talking about super big topic. Everyone seems to have dealt with this in one way or another, and that's anxiety. So we're going to teach you how to release anxiety, how to move past that anxiety that may be debilitating and holding you back. And that's what we're going to be doing today here on V-Gals Live.
Anxiety can be very stressful.
Yes.
Anxiety can create many different states, which can create many different behaviors. Anxiety, doctors, honestly, they don't even know how to prescribe pills for anxiety. So they have to try you on all kinds of different medications. If you could learn, okay, how to control anxiety at will, instantly, okay, in anything that created anxiety in you, do you think that that would be a powerful tool that you could have?
I think so.
I absolutely think so. Okay, so we're at Terra Resort, and we've been doing this for years, for over 4 years live. And since The Thing, which I will call it The Thing, happened, we started doing live. We used to call it V-Gals Live at 9. We used to do it once a week, and then nobody would come here. And then we quit doing live, and then we just started doing it lives, and now we have a hybrid version. So tonight we have Amy and Jeff here, who are certified practitioners.
Hello. We love. Well,
Yeah, come on up. You can come up and say hi to everybody.
Yeah, we love you, Jeff.
Jeff.
Yes, this
Okay.
is Jeff.
Would you like to give a testimony, Jeff? Is he here? Maybe you should come on Jack's side.
Jeff is here. This lags a little bit
okay.
from the live.
Okay, we would really like Jeff to give a little bit of a testimony. Come on.
Yes.
What's my testimony?
How come I don't see Jeff?
This lags a little bit.
I'm a spiritual being.
Yeah, we're spiritual.
Okay, all right, great.
Jeff has experienced many great things.
Yeah,
with NLP.
Jeff came to our V-Gals live event, which was right here at Terra Resort before we did it via
In-house.
camera live. Okay, and again, now you're seeing a hybrid part of it. Hi, Davida. Wow, we go way back. Colorado. Woo.
Hello.
Okay, so Jeff had a behavior that he wanted to get rid of, a minor behavior. And there's a lot of NLP techniques that we can utilize to change. All change happens at the unconscious level.
Yes.
So Jeff will tell his story, and then as a master practitioner of neuro-linguistic programming, of course, timeline therapy, hypnosis, and we're coaches. We're life, executive, and business coaches. Okay, then we have to determine, once we know what the problem is or what we think the problem is, okay, then we have to decide what process or what technique we're going to utilize as an intervention,
Yes.
including language that will program a certain behavior. So at this moment, I would like to Jeff to explain what his problem was, and then we can talk about it, what we did about it.
Well, I'll just talk about one of the problems in my life.
Just one. That's all we have time for.
We're just gonna pick one. And this has been pretty monumental. I love Diet Pepsi, or I did, and now I really want to stop drinking that. And so with the swish pattern here, it took all the desire to want to drink Diet Pepsi away.
Right.
And I still haven't had one.
How long has it been? A couple months, yeah?
3 months?
Yeah.
I have no desire.
Oh wow, since January?
Since
late January.
late January.
Wow.
Yeah. Well,
And I'm not kidding, I used to live for this stuff.
Yeah.
You know, the 36 cubes, I'd buy, I'd drink them in 2 days.
right. I mean, he was getting up and
Yeah.
slamming Diet Pepsi, right?
Slamming Diet Pepsi.
Slamming
Yeah.
up, and probably not eating the healthiest food
Yes,
with
right.
that before the shower, correct?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now,
before the shower.
right. And then
You may not know what that means.
Yeah.
what was your health like?
Health was good. I wanted to be better, you know, and so part of that process was I got to take a look at everything I'm putting in my body, and starting with the Diet Pepsi. This is horrible. Everyone tells me that. I know it better. It's like the warning label on a pack of cigarettes. You know, warning, could cause cancer, but you smoke anyway, right? Same thing with the Diet Pepsi. You shouldn't drink that, but
Okay.
it's doing it anyway. So now I don't, and I have no desire for any of that stuff.
Like zero.
Zero.
Absolutely zero desire.
And I have tried to quit Diet Pepsi 1,000 times before.
How many
with
years
no
you think?
success. Oh, my whole life.
Your whole
My
life.
whole life. I'm
Okay.
50, gonna be 55.
Wow.
Okay,
You
I
know,
thought he was going to
day
say
over
21, but okay. And you've lost how much weight because of
I lost about
eliminated
15
diet?
pounds. You know.
15 pounds.
Yeah. And so
Or
now,
more.
now I'm 200 pounds. I want to
Nice.
be down to 180.
You
I
will.
watch
You're
your
right there.
success. I'm watching
Thank
you
you.
guys.
Thank
Wow.
Woo! Okay.
Okay.
Mental toughness, mental fitness,
Yeah.
mentally,
Yes.
physically. We are all on a mission. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that was
Health
my
is
one.
everything.
That was my one problem of many, and I'm going to hand it back to the ladies.
Okay.
Thank you.
And,
All right, thank you.
Thank you
Okay.
Curtsy.
thank you for acknowledging
Appreciate that. So anyway, your blood sugar, would you mind one more second? Your blood sugar and everything's in alignment now?
It's
How
getting
did that
down.
work?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, when I first tested my blood sugar, it said high, which means you're over 600 on the meter,
Oh my god.
which is bad. Okay.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
So then it's down in the 170s, 180s.
Wow, that's a huge jump.
Yeah. So if I get to be
Wow.
100, that's normal. That's where you want to be.
Yeah, I mean,
Congratulations.
And if you've never tested your blood, it's real easy. Ask a friend, and they'll test it right there on the spot.
Right on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you ever?
Thank
yeah,
you.
I have diabetes.
Okay. All right. So you
All right.
are on your way out, though.
Yes, I am.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
gotten off medication.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for that
Yes.
little
Okay.
bit.
Thank you for
Thank
sharing.
you.
on.
Okay. So basically, NLP works,
Yes.
and the results are quick. Here's the deal. Okay. When Jeff said that he wanted to stop Diet Pepsi, there's many techniques or
Yes.
processes that we can implement. I mean, we could literally do contrastive analysis, comparing two pictures, and then map it across a like to dislike. So many things that we can do. Well, what I determined by asking questions, and it's very important to ask the right question that will create the biggest change in behavior.
Absolutely.
And what it was, I didn't look at it like what people say, like an addiction. I looked at it as a behavior, and I thought, you know, the best thing that I can try for Jeff would be a swish pattern. And so what we did is we elicited his behavior from the moment he woke up to what he did before getting in the shower, which is a behavior. And what we did is we did a swish pattern from the picture of his present state, his behavior, and then we had him create another picture of what he would like his behavior to look like instead. And so we did a swish pattern, and it took like 5 minutes or less, And now he hasn't had any Diet Pepsi. His health is better, his weight is in alignment, and overall his mental health and his mental wellness is even better. So it's physical, healthy stomach, healthy mind. I've said that for years and years and years. So swish pattern, we do that for minor behaviors and minor habits. Tonight, and so thank you, Jeff, because that was really, really important, because I would really like to do a VGals Live on how we actually do a swish pattern, because it's so simple. However, tonight...
So easy a caveman can do it.
Ooh. Can a caveman do it on a dinosaur?
Possibly. Anything's possible if you believe.
If you believe. Okay. You know, the nice thing about being a human being, the nice thing about being a part of the human race is that we have a mind. We're going to talk about two of those minds tonight, the conscious mind and the unconscious mind. There is a third mind. We'll wait to talk about that at a later time. For tonight's purposes, it's imperative that you utilize your imagination. Who here has a great imagination? I do.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to say something. Don't think about a purple tree with pink polka dots. If you can see a purple tree with pink polka dots, you've got an imagination. Okay, so tonight it's all about your imagination. You can imagine all that you want, and any way that you do it is perfectly fine. So we're going to talk about what is anxiety and why you should want to learn this very quick technique faster than Jeff's swish pattern so that you can get the result that you want. Okay, all right, now let's go ahead and define anxiety, and then let's look at all the different reasons why everybody should really pay attention to anxiety.
Yes, absolutely. So,
Coach Jack.
yes, that is me.
Certified practitioner of neuro-linguistic programming, timeline therapy. She's also a hypnotherapist, certified, and she's also a coach, doing a lot of coaching evenings. When do you sleep?
I'm probably gonna run around like 11 or 12, wake up at 6 and do my exercises every morning.
So for those of you that have a desire to become a coach certified, if you know her story, okay, the results are quick, and you can be making money like that fast too. If people think that the world is going back to what one would consider normal, let me be the first one to negate that. I don't think that there's anything as normal anyway. I do know that values level 8, and I read it right here in the book by Dr. Adriana James, who is the world's renowned information source regarding values in her research. This is called Values and the Evolution of Human Consciousness. And from values level 1, which evolves all the way through values level 8, the universal model of change, values level 8, she speaks about it right here in this book, Values and the Evolution of Consciousness. And if you haven't read this book, read the book. I promise you, if you really think you know what's going on, once you read this book, you will have insight, almost like a third eye, crystal clear vision, like you're above the world, looking down, seeing everything, and you will know what everybody knows that most people don't know. And when you know what everybody knows that most people don't know, you are tapped into empowerment. And that's what I have to say about this book. Turn off the TV, read a book. The other book I highly recommend, so that you can understand that fear is worse than what they call the pandemic. COVID-19, we are being programmed globally, massively, and I know this is a little controversial, okay, with fear. And when we have fear, it creates a behavior, it creates a physiology within your body, which creates a behavior. We can be paralyzed with fear. You either fight with fear, it'll paralyze you, or you run, fight or flight or paralyzed. Many people are paralyzed right now. And if you're gonna fight, who do you fight? How do you fight a nominalization? Okay, COVID-19 hasn't taken our choices away, our freedom away, okay? Martial law has done that, and I'll leave it at that. Whether we agree or not, one of the nice things about neuro-linguistic programming is we respect everybody's model of the world. Now, my second proof about belief, how we should fear more than any flu out there, okay? Because all the diseases out there are created in our head anyway. And the best book that will explain that is called Biology of Belief, and this is by Bruce H. Lipton, PhD. If I would have read this book like young, like in grade school, because it's that easy, I think I would have studied science a little bit more, especially biology. This book, after you read this book, read this one first because that one's a little bit thicker, Ajana's book, okay? Values in the Evolution of Consciousness, okay? Read this book because it's an easy read and it will fix your mind. And you will understand that if you have zero fear about this pandemic and just, be cautious, we have to be smart about our behavior, protect yourself. But I promise you, when you read this book, you will not have the fear that you have, that they've been programming us to have on a global level. So enough said on that. Okay, anxiety.
Okay.
So why do we want to learn anxiety?
Great. Yes. Just on the topic of Bruce Lipton, what Marie was talking about with fear, one of Dr. Bruce Lipton's biggest findings was that when you are experiencing fear, the reason why it's so easy to manipulate a population is because when you're in fear and you're in fight or flight, all of the blood from the prefrontal cortex will rush to your outer extremities. So now you're actually scientifically a little more dumb because you're not able to think consciously. You are only in that fight, flight, or freeze. And so with Bruce Lipton's findings, he is recognizing that with high levels of fear, people are definitely less likely to respond. And with high levels of fear, you're going to have high levels of cortisol in the body, which actually lowers the immune system's response to fight off the same infections and diseases that you're hoping to prevent. And with that being said, anxiety. Anxiety is a minor negative state. It is in response to fear. And with anxiety, what we try to teach you with timeline therapy and the techniques we're going to use today. Today we're using the anxiety model, which is a form of timeline therapy. With anxiety, we are going to teach you how to go past the event like it's already happened and it's been completed successfully. And that's what we're going to be discussing today, and teaching you to do easily and effortlessly with anything in your life that you may have anxiety about.
Okay, so just kind of recap the whys, and then I want to do a why that's real with the pandemic. Would that be okay?
Yes, absolutely. So a few reasons why you may want to learn how to remove anxiety. Imagine the moment you're going into an interview and you are beyond terrified. You're thinking, oh my gosh, I really want this job. Maybe this is a better job than you've had before. Maybe this is your first interview in years and you're getting back out on the scene. Maybe after all of this stuff with the pandemic, you may find yourself out of your job and you're finding a new one. So it's been years that you've actually came in and set foot in an office. So
Pardon me.
Yeah.
And what if you've been on that job 20 years, 25 years, and then they say, you don't have a job anymore? It's a great reason for people to lose their jobs, because when we have so much time invested into companies, sometimes the retirement packages are very healthy, which will affect companies' bottom line. And that's just business, okay? So, capitalism is about profit. And so if you've been on the same career path or the same job for a very, very long time, how long has it really been since you've interviewed? Okay, so what is going on physically, and then you have to go to a job interview? Okay, wow, that can be, that could create anxiety for me.
Absolutely. And
well, not me, but yeah, because I'm highly trained in NLP. However, before NLP, yes, I could say I used to get anxiety.
yes, and our goal is to get you into that state of confidence, knowing that you've already completed the task, that you were successful, and you got the outcome that you were looking for.
Okay.
Some people may want to learn how to release anxiety when it comes to school, maybe taking a test. A lot of people may say, I have a fear of taking tests, I have test anxiety. And they're so focused on the worry of failing the test that they can't remember anything consciously. And so by allowing you and teaching you the anxiety model, we're going to be able to pace you to where, hey, I already know all this information. I've studied, I've got it, I can access it easily and effortlessly, and that can be another benefit of learning how to release anxiety now.
Can I throw one in?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm dating, and I've had like lots of dates, okay? And the common thing that I'm hearing from people that I'm meeting is, I was so nervous, I had so much anxiety to meet you. And I was like, wow. So what if you want to go on a date? You haven't dated in a while, and you've been quarantined, and you've only been within your circle. And it's like, oh my gosh, does this person have, you know, the COVID? Just the fact that you have to leave out of your house could be anxiety.
Yes,
and then you got to meet
absolutely.
somebody brand new for the first time. Anxiety be gone. And this is how easy it is, okay? Where's your little bottle? Here, okay, let me take it off. Ready? Okay, hold out your hand.
Are you gonna throw it on me?
Okay. This is how easy it is to get rid of anxiety. Gone. Okay. Seriously. Okay, we do want to have some fun here, by the way. That's how easy it will be for you to control anxiety and have anxiety be gone at will. Another reason why you should learn this particular anxiety model?
I don't know. You said a lot of things right now. I'm kind of blank.
Okay, you're kind of blank.
Yeah, because that was the next one. So.
Jeff and Amy, anything that creates anxiety where you want to get the right result that you can think of that our audience could relate to? Nothing? I think
Just the fear of going to the hospital.
fear of going to the hospital. What if you're not well, but you're afraid to go to the hospital because you're so afraid that you're going to get the flu or whatever? Okay, this will work for that too. Okay,
Yes.
that's a very good one, Jeff. Thank you. That's
Yes.
huge, because people are dying at home because they don't want to go get medical attention, when the reality is a lot of these hospitals are sitting empty. I'm not saying all of them. I'm not saying people aren't dying. However, people die every day, and people die every day of the flu, and you can label it anything that you want. As if you hype it up, it creates a lot of anxiety within people. It's about time we squish it and get rid of it. Or was that a negative IR?
Yeah.
Okay. Say it the way you want it.
Yeah. So,
I did that on purpose, by the way. Okay, so if we're, so what are we gonna do with anxiety?
We're going to remove it.
Remove it. At will.
Instead of having anxiety, have absolute power, confidence, strength from that, being able to be courageous. All of the positive things that you want for yourself, you can have easily and effortlessly just by going towards what you want.
Could we say hi real quick?
Yeah.
Hi, Jeanette.
Hello, Jeanette.
I would like to give special acknowledgement to Jeanette. Jeanette is one of the most fantastic coaches that I know. Jeanette works closely. Jack has hired Jeanette to coach her. Would you give Jeanette her little 30 seconds of fame here?
So Jeanette, she owns and operates her own gym, Refined, with her husband, and they are both amazing. I work closely with Jeanette. I have been doing personal training with her for the past month now, and every morning I get up and I'm excited and ready to see Jeanette. I'm learning yoga and boxing and weight training and all of these things that I didn't know that my body can do. Jeanette has helped incorporate that into my life and has given me that accountability. The beautiful thing about Jeanette is that not only is she amazing at physical fitness and training, she's also amazing at NLP because she is a master coach. And so she had all the same techniques that we utilize every day with NLP as certified practitioners. Jeanette uses in her practice, and she's absolutely phenomenal.
And the results with Jack are phenomenal. It's only been how long?
A month.
A month.
Yes.
Okay. So she's been. Every coach has a coach. I have a coach. Okay. We coach each other. We always coach each other. I have a coach. She has 2 coaches. Actually, 3 coaches, huh? Me.
Well, sometimes,
your
yeah.
Coach, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So everybody deserves a coach. Okay. So yeah, I wanted to say hi to Jeanette.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. And if we miss you by saying hello, okay, pop up on there again and we'll say hi.
Absolutely.
Okay, so back to anxiety. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what anxiety really is, the history behind it, and who created timeline therapy. Okay, so this will be fun. Okay, timeline therapy. We will be teaching it in the future. We have taught it in the past, so this is a quick review. Okay,
Yes.
Dr. Tad James.
Yes.
Okay, of the Tad James Company, created timeline therapy, and it's an active use of imagination. And what it does is it releases all major negative emotions at the root cause.
Yes.
When they're gone, you're able to put your goals into your future and actually get your outcome. When you remove all major negative emotions, including post-traumatic stress disorders, you're able to, when you're able to pull those out at the root cause, you have what's called learnings. And with those learnings, you can create a future, like a designer future, created any way that you want with timeline therapy. People come from all over the world to the Tad James Company to learn timeline therapy. So a little bit about Dr. Tad James and his work since the 80s, early 80s, and actually created timeline therapy in 1986. The neat thing about NLP is that when you learn it, we realize 2 things. You can be at cause or you can be at effect. You can be in control of everything that you do, or you could be not in control of things that you do. So you're either at cause or effect. And for tonight's purposes, we're not going to cover, we don't have the time to cover presuppositions of NLP or the prime directives of NLP. However, we do have time to talk about, I would rather be at cause for all my actions, therefore my results, my learnings, my successes. If I push it outside of me and blame it on somebody else, I'm at effect and I won't get the results that I want. So we would just simply ask you, would it be okay, even if it wasn't real, even if you just had to pretend, since we're using active imagination tonight, would it be okay with your unconscious mind to be aware consciously that tonight this is all about your imagination? The unconscious mind does store memories from forever. So I'm going to do a quick review of timeline therapy, and then we're going to get right into the anxiety model because it is like that quick.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so the first thing we need to talk about is where's your timeline, okay? It's not conscious work, it's unconscious. So don't even think about it. If you were to think about your past and I were to ask you just to point to your past, where would it be? Everybody on a count of 3, ready? Point to your past. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Any way you do it is fine. If I were to ask you to point to your future, 1, 2, 3, point. Any way you do it is fine. Okay. Now, does your timeline go through you, like right into your body, through your body, or does it go on the outside of your body? Any way you do it is fine. We have in time and we have through time. So that's your timeline. So I would like everybody right now at home, in the comfort of your own home, to just take a deep breath and don't even think about it consciously. Point to your past. Okay, now point to your future. Okay, that is your timeline. My timeline is right out in front of me, so I can see it. I can see all the way to the past, and I can see all the way down to my future, and it's right in front of me. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to float above the timeline. So what I'd like to do right now, okay, is now that you know where your past is and now that you know where your future is, where is the now? My now is like right here, right in front of me. This is the now. Past, now, future. And this is how we're going to teach it. However, your timeline in any way that you do it is perfectly fine the way that you do it. Okay, so everybody knows where their past and where is their future. Okay, now let's play with it. Okay, what is the timeline? Okay, well, all you have to do, what you have to do is just remember what happened a week ago. Point that way. Okay, anything that happened a week ago, maybe something fun that happened a week ago, point to it. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just letting you talk.
All right, good, very good. So point to the past a week ago of something really cool that happened to you. Very good. Now, good, as you do that, notice where it comes from, okay? So you can also notice where it goes, okay? That's your timeline, okay? Now, if you can repeat that, something of the past, remember something of the past a couple of times, and there's maybe you see, or maybe you hear, or maybe you feel, or maybe you're saying to yourself, oh, I think that's coming from over there, that's my past, okay? Any way you do it is fine. Trust your unconscious mind, okay? You're more than welcome to come back if you're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like an orphan up here.
Oh, I mean, you're handling it.
Okay, yeah, okay. So, okay, now, okay, that's your timeline. Okay, so that's enough of the timeline. Okay, all right. All right, now, we have to talk a little bit about what we have taught in the past. For those of you that have been joining us now for the last few years, okay, or even the last few months since Jack has joined us, okay, remember that when we do regular timeline therapy, we release major negative emotions at the root cause. And so we have to discover what the root cause is, okay? And so this is just a review for those of you that have learned it. For those of you that haven't learned it, we will teach it. But you need to know about what is it about discovering the root cause, okay? The root cause is the first event of any major negative emotion. It could be before birth, it could be during birth, it could be after birth. And we're not going to say anything more about that, but we do get to the root cause of any major negative emotion, including post-traumatic stress disorders. And what you need to remember, for those of you that have been taught at the practitioner level, and for those of you that have been learning along with us, and for those of you will learn that we have negative emotions number 1, timeline therapy, and then we also have negative emotions 2, okay? And all you need to know about negative emotions 1, okay, is you will release major negative emotions. I've only used negative emotions number 2 one time. These are for people that we have to just drop them down into the event because they're dissociated for some reason. It's very, very difficult for them to have feelings. They're just so detached, or in our world we call it dissociated. So I've only had to do it once, and it was a hardcore military guy, and I had to utilize it once. And also, after you discover the root cause, we have to do an ecology check, okay? And then we either do negative emotions number 1 or we do negative emotions number 2, okay? And there's learnings, and then from there you can move forward and achieve your goals. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do now is talk about anxiety. Okay, so how would you like to handle this? Because now we're going into the how. The how.
Yeah.
How do we do the anxiety and release anxiety?
So,
May I say something about anxiety?
yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Anxiety is a warning, okay, from your unconscious mind. It's just, Maria, pay attention, pay attention. Anxiety is a warning from your unconscious mind to focus on what you want. That's all anxiety is. So if you really think about it, I got a test coming up tomorrow. Oh my gosh, I'm freaking out. You know why? Because you're freaking out about the worst possible thing that could happen instead of the best possible thing that can happen. So anxiety is a warning from your unconscious mind to focus on what you want. That's how easy it is. Okay? All right. Any questions there? We do have practitioners here. Anything you all want to say about anxiety? We're all good? Okay. All right. Now, okay. Do you want to do the board or do you want me to do the board?
I could talk about the board. You could do the procedure.
Okay.
So I'll just,
all right. Perfect.
I'll teach this.
Okay.
then-
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. So what you want to do is let's do an ecology check.
Okay.
Okay. Jack, would it be okay with your unconscious mind to make this change today and to be aware consciously
Yes.
that you know how to release anxiety at will
Yes.
and have an undeniable experience?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, let's get right down to it. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now, you have to choose a specific thing that you have anxiety about. So if you have 10 things, we're going to do it 10 times. If you have one thing, we're going to do it one time. Okay. Is there anything specifically that you have anxiety about right now? Anybody out in the audience? Okay, 911. We need some active involvement here. Lots of love. I don't even know how to do that, okay? Who has anxiety? A specific thing that you have anxiety about so we can get rid of it like now. Okay, anybody? Any comments? Anybody that has anxiety? Okay. What about going out to eat in a restaurant for the first time?
Okay.
Or going to get your hair cut for the first time, leaving your home. I mean, let's keep it simple, okay? Going into a public place with more than 10 people, would that be okay?
Yeah.
Can we do that? Okay, so let's do this, okay? Let's release anxiety specifically about going into a social event with 10 people or more. Would that be okay?
Yeah.
That's okay. So create in your head something specific that you know that you probably need to go to and you have anxiety about it. Okay? And if you want to give us any messages here about anxiety, I will be more than happy to help you release anxiety right from the comfort of your own home.
Yes.
Okay.
And with anxiety model works for those things that you have anxiety about for the future. Not necessarily an anxiety, like a nagging anxiety you have consistently every single day of your life. That is more of timeline therapy, eliminating the negative emotion at the root cause, which is fear. Anxiety is discussing a specific event that's coming up in the near future that you may be anxious or worried about. So maybe something that doesn't happen often. For example, like test taking, you don't have a test every single day. And so when a test comes up, that anxiety comes up. So the anxiety model is for specific instances or situations where you may feel anxiety in that moment.
Okay. So we can actually do this. Think in your head about something you have anxiety about, a specific thing in your future.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do it on going to a social event since we
Yeah.
have social distancing and we've been
And
so programmed
Jennifer
for that.
is saying going shopping in crowded stores like Costco.
Okay, let's do that. Jennifer, thank you. Okay, all right, so we'll pretend like you're Jennifer if that's
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so number one, what are you anxious about? And we'll use what Jennifer
Yeah.
said.
I'm anxious about going shopping in crowded stores like Costco.
Okay, what specifically?
Just being around a big crowd of people for the first time in a while.
Okay, good. What I'd like you to do is just float up above your timeline. And I want you to float out into your timeline above the future to 15 minutes after the successful completion of that event about which you thought you were anxious. Okay, tell me when you're there. Tell me when you're there, Jen.
Okay, and we're just so that you're able to see it visually, is the now going past the event.
That would be Costco. The red would be
Yes.
Costco.
Going
shopping at
past the event
Costco.
into the future where it's been completed and it was a successful completion, and now when you go past the event back to the now, it's gone.
Okay. Okay. So Jan, I'd like you to, if you can, close your eyes. Okay. And I want you, okay, to just float up above your timeline, and I want you to go out into the future so that you're at Costco, okay? And it's 15 minutes after you've left Costco. It's done. Where's your anxiety? Okay? It should be gone. Okay. Now, what I want you to do, Jen, is come back to the now. Okay. Now, the neat thing about timeline therapy, I'm breaking state now. Jen, good job. Okay? Did it work? Give us some feedback. Jen, let me know, Jennifer. Okay? All right? So keep an eye on it. Okay. Now, when we're doing work in your timeline, and remember the unconscious mind stores time atemporal and temporally. So in relation to time or not in relation to time. The memory's there. It's a limitless memory, your unconscious mind. Okay? So what we need to do now when you're doing timeline therapy, what's even more important, according to Dr. Tad James, than the actual process or procedure itself, what's more important is that we test it. That's even more important than the process. Okay, so Jan.
She said she's trying.
Okay.
So
what do they say about trying?
If you are trying, it means you're not doing.
Okay.
So like Yoda always says, do or do not, there is no try.
Okay. Trying is actively not doing something. Okay, so what you're going to do, Jen, let's do this again. Would it be okay, Jennifer, with your unconscious mind to make this change today and to be aware consciously? Okay, so I want you to know, what are you anxious about? What specifically? Going shopping in a crowded store like Costco. Pick a specific Costco, okay? Now I want you to float up above your timeline like you're looking down at Costco, like from the sky, if you will, okay? And I want you to float out into your future 15 minutes after you have already shopped at Costco and left the store. 15 minutes after you've left the store. Tell me, okay, when you're there. Good. Okay, now where's the anxiety? Gone? Okay, now when it's gone, you can come back to the now, Jennifer. Very good. Very good. You're at Summerlin. Okay, bravo. Okay, now what I want you to do is come back to the now. Okay, now what we're going to do is I'm going to break state, okay? You're home, you're safe, you're secure now, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you think about what made you feel like you had anxiety, and notice that there is no anxiety.
Okay, yes.
Okay? Bravo. Congratulations. Yay! That's how easy it is to remove anxiety. So all you have to do is remember, where is your past in your timeline? Where is your future? And I always do an ecology check with myself. I say to myself, Self, Maria, is it okay, unconscious mind, to release anxiety now and to be aware of it consciously? Yes, okay. I had some big sales goals I wanted to meet, and I felt this little thing, and I'm like, is this anxiety? Because I don't get anxiety anymore. I'm highly trained in NLP. I'm very, very much in control of my emotional state. I think my circle of influences would say that. Very rarely am I inappropriate or have unwarranted behavior, okay? So I had anxiety, so I immediately went into my future. I saw my week, and I said, you know what? We sold so much that it exceeded the highest sales record. okay? And I saw myself looking at my board 15 minutes after we completed that, and my anxiety was gone, and then guess what happened? We not only achieved our goal, we exceeded our goal. So all you have to do is do your own ecology check. Make sure you want to get rid of it. Because if you have a secondary gain for holding on to it, you're not going to release it. So I always say, unconscious mind, please tell my conscious mind to be aware that I want to get rid of anxiety now. And that's called an ecology check. I do ecology checks for everything. I know not all practitioners do, but when it comes to timeline therapy, you better have rapport, conscious and unconsciously, to release any major negative emotion, including things like anxiety and phobias. Okay, so where was I? That's it? On anxiety, right?
Yeah, so just to recap, it's important to have that ecology check with your unconscious mind, because your unconscious mind is the feeling mind. So all of the emotions that you feel those unconsciously. They just happen in an instant. And so we have to make that connection between the conscious and the unconscious mind to bridge that gap so you can have the complete resolution or the outcome that you are looking for.
Okay. Remember, focus on what you want. Anxiety is just a nagging from the unconscious mind. Maria, 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 focus on what you want, focus on what you want. That's what anxiety is. We're focused not on what we want, we're focused on what we don't want, okay? And the easy quick fix is the anxiety model. You just float out into your future 15 minutes after the successful completion of what you have pictured. It's that simple. Okay, now, on a side note, are there any salespeople out in the audience? Okay?
If so, comment.
If so, comment. We use this all the time. We run into people all day long who would like to be trained as a certified coach, doing what we do, helping people. Okay, it works if you believe in the techniques of how the minds are programmed and how we can reprogram it, all with words. Okay, so for those of you that would like to become a coach, I think it's very, very important to say that we actually had our first graduating class completely virtual. Was that last Friday?
Yeah, last Friday.
So congratulations to the new practitioners.
Yes,
Bravo.
congratulations to Juliana, who is with us.
Yay, Juliana,
Yeah, we
sister.
admire you too. Thank you.
Sister, I love you, sister. Congratulations, you are a practitioner. Yes, you're a coach, baby. Congratulations. Woo! Okay, so our next training is completely booked, Long Beach. The dates, we do have a waiting list, okay? And by the way, this is the first time in the history of the Tad James Company that we can actually say we're sold out. I don't like those
Completely
words.
booked, yeah.
We are completely booked. First time in history during a pandemic, okay? So what does that say about belief? When you're highly trained, you can achieve anything. It's all about mental toughness, okay? The next training will be a once in a lifetime opportunity. Okay, it will never, ever, 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 ever happen again. And that is a practitioner training where you get certified with 4, I call them degrees because we're a school, but we're not an accredited university. I call them degrees. They're certifications because they're more powerful, in my opinion, than degrees. And I'm highly educated. I do have college degrees and higher, law school even. Our 4 certifications, okay, in 7 days, we send you what we call a success program. You start the learnings right away. We actually give you a master coach. A master coach at this high level, we charge about $2,500 an hour. You get a free master coach. So we start your success program, and we actually have lifetime support. So here's the cool part. We have a stimulus program going on right now. And this will be your only opportunity to be certified completely, 100%, right from the comfort of your own home, to be a practitioner so that you can be a certified coach. And the date on that is May 23rd. Oh no,
That's
Adriana's, that's Long Beach, okay.
Yeah.
Adriana's is June 25th, graduating on July 3rd. So it's 9 days and you will be certified and you don't even have to leave the comfort of your own home, okay? We have only, 4 or 5 seats left on that one. So if you really, really want to get certified from the comfort of your own home and take advantage of the stimulus program, call Jack, call myself, call the office, call the Tad James Company, and we'll help you get there. And I'm going to apologize ahead of time because after we do a live like this, the phone rings off the hook, and probably by noon hour tomorrow, Pacific Coast time, we will no longer have any seats for our June practitioner. Okay, and that will be the only 100% virtual live. Call Jack, call myself, call the Tad James Company. Any of us will help you out. And then we'll give you the details of the stimulus program. Now's the time to take action. If you reinvent yourself right now and you don't have to wait for somebody to move your cheese, move yourself and find more cheese before the cheese is gone, you at least call us and get the details, okay? What else?
That's it for me.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's it? Okay. So if you'd like to be Special Forces and be a part of the only team that's certified in the world completely, 100% virtual in a 9-day training
With Dr. Adriana James.
Dr. Adriana James, the world's most renowned trainer of neurolinguistic programming, timeline therapy, hypnotherapy, and coaching, then call us. Okay, anything else we have? Any questions that we need to answer? Anything going on?
No.
Is there anybody else we have to say hi other than Jennifer, Lynn, my
Juliana.
sisters there? Juliana,
Yeah.
we said hi to Juliana.
Yeah.
Okay, what questions do you have?
What did you learn?
What do we need to know?
Yeah, and if you have anything, just put it in the comments and we'll definitely respond. Yeah, so.
Yeah, okay. And I'm grateful for Dr. Tad James and Drs. Adriana James.
Yes.
Get your success program. Your success program is an audio that is masterful.
Absolutely.
And you listen to that, you'll learn it all, and then you make the conscious connections in your live virtual training. Okay. Thank you for joining us. And you want to give everybody a goodbye joining, maybe? Yes.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. How much time we got?
We have a few minutes. Yeah.
Okay. Could we drum for you a little bit? Would that be okay?
Yeah.
Okay. And as she's drumming, I want you to practice what you have anxiety about. Ask your unconscious mind to be aware of it consciously. Think of all the things one at a time that you have anxiety about, okay? And then you go straight to your future 15 minutes after you've completed it, okay? Successful completion. And remember, anxiety is a warning from your unconscious mind to focus on what you want.
Yes. Maybe we could even we'll do a little bit with our bubble. Now that everyone's going out of quarantine and.
Ooh, very good. How's your bubbles doing out there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So while you're talking about the bubble.
Okay, you do
Just
it.
around.
Let's do it. We're a team.
Yeah.
All right, sister, let's do it. Would it be okay with your unconscious mind to form a bubble around your body? Any color will work. Your bubble can be clear. You have fresh air in your bubble. And as you breathe out, all anxiety, all fear, all guilt, anger, sadness, guilt, shame, limiting beliefs, limiting decisions, as you breathe out, gone out of your bubble. And as you breathe into your bubble, every cell is bathed by your neurotransmitters, keeping you wholesome and whole and healthy. That's right. In your bubble, you are safe and you are secure. In your bubble, you are master of your domain. In your bubble, all choices are your choices. In your bubble, you will have total health, total mental health. In your bubble, your unconscious mind will be aware consciously on how to create abundance and prosperity. In your bubble, you can go down deep, so deep, so loves you and you love your bubble. And your bubble is a magnet to everything that is good and wholesome and healthy for you. And when you're in your bubble, everything is just perfect the way you want it. In your bubble, you have flexibility. In your bubble, you can create your reality the way you want it. In your bubble, as you breathe, every cell in your body is getting stronger and stronger and stronger. In your bubble, you know everything that there is to know to keep you safe and secure. In your bubble, you will have total health and wellness. And your bubble is invisible. Other people can't see your bubble. It's your bubble, and you can make your bubble any way that you want your bubble. And when I count you down from 5 to 1, your bubble will become stronger and stronger. 5, your bubble is so strong. 4, your bubble is cleansing you as we speak. 3, every cell in your body is becoming healthier and stronger. Your neurotransmitters are lit up. New neurological connections. As a matter of fact, in your bubble, 3, you are able to tap into your your higher consciousness. In your bubble, 2, you become one with your third eye. In your bubble, you are safe and secure, and you have total control. And 1, you are wide awake and energized in your bubble, and you have total health and wellness. Woo! Yeah! That's right. Love me some NLP bubble.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us tonight. Next Tuesday, Power Hour. Send us some love. Give us some messages of what you would like us to talk about and teach you within an hour. Okay? Thank you for joining
Thank
us.
you so
Love
much.
you all.
Have a
Bye,
wonderful
everybody.
evening.
Thank you.
Yes. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.